Hello, dear friends. Welcome to our online classes. I am Noemi Paimar from Education 3000. We are in level 2, and today, yes, we will see some more about universal geometry. And it's amazing how the kids, and from very, very small age, they love it. They love this connection with universal geometry, with the law of the universe, with the symbols. You will be amazed how it works with them. So we will see the basic today, and we can link with some architecture as well, which is a previous video. And let's enjoy it. It's a very beautiful subject. It's called universal geometry. Some people call it sacred geometry, but we like this word universal because it's easier to understand everywhere around the world. So I want to introduce to you my teacher. He's called Oscar Sanmachi, architect from Peru, and he is the one who helped P3000 with all the geometry, architecture, and universal symbols. Universal geometry, according to him, is the language seal, see, of the creation. Together with light and sound, it confers beauty, rhythm, and harmony to this multidimensional universe. Educating with universal geometry contributes to the foundations of a new society based on natural patterns, universal laws, and the expansion of consciousness. And this is exactly what we are doing now. With all those changes nowadays, we are doing like a switch. It's like, you know, when it turns 180 degrees, when we have really the possibility, the concrete possibility to build up, to co-create a new society, to change education with this view. Why do we educate is to be able to have all the tools and the consciousness and the compassion and the ethical level and moral level and empathic level to reconstruct something unique. And this is what we found with universal geometry. It's a topic where you have the base for that. And let's see why. Because we saw that last time, remember the triad? The sound is to feel, the light is to think, and the movement and form is to do. And the movement and form is sacred geometry or universal geometry. And it has its own way. The sound would it's a frequency, so it will vibrate or resonate. The light was irradiate, and the movement, it's a fractal. It goes to infinite, to matter. Then it said that universal geometry is a meta-languages. A meta-languages goes beyond words. It works as a non-linear information package. Like you have a bunch of information at the same time. It's like an impression and then a decode with time. This is important, the decoding. It is learned both implicitly and explicitly according to the ability of each person. Meaning, I can do a tetrahedron, and maybe for somebody it will be a pyramid and you calculate the angle. For another person, it means connection. For another person, it means fire and or the element. And for other person, it can be reaching the beginning of creation. And this is called multi-level information. Everybody will have the information they need at the moment they need at the level they are. It will work basically like that. You can see the geometry through the eyes, but as well through the front lobe, and it will go inside the brain, not usually, but straight to the pineal gland. And this is where we can decode the information. And then you have a connection above and below. It's called telluric cosmic connection, and you can fill the gap. You can connect the information together. So it's like a macro meta connection and topic. That's why universal geometry is so amazing. And it's the meta language per excellence. So let's say, in a summary, universal geometry is a multi-level pedagogical tool that interacts at the same time with the following levels: cognitive and technical, emotional, intuitive, bioreconnection, and pure awareness. And it's linked to love as well. So it's extremely complete. And for the both brain, this is amazing. Like the left brain, this is a Russian here, is very happy because it fits perfectly. All the angles and the measurement and the fractal is so perfect. So it's like a bliss here. And this is where the bliss for the, you know, by bliss, a beautiful, enlightening experience with the right brain as well, because the creativity and the connection is so great. So both hemispheres are working so fast at the same time. And that's known that by neuroscience, that means we are in alpha waves and above. That's why we can capture so much information at the same time, because both brain hemispheres are working at the same time at full speed and full understanding and feelings and connection. The associative and parallel thinking is at the maximum. Remember we saw that with the previous video, I love my 5 platonic solids. So quick review. This one, remember, which one is it? What? What? Tetrahedron. Yeah, and it's spiral connection. Tetrahedron. It's very easy. You count how many faces we have. Like tetrahedron, we have the base, 1, 2, 3, that's 4 sides. 4 in Greek, tetra. And then you put hedron. See, that's very easy. So let's see some structure here, beautiful structure. So it will, you can put the tetrahedron on top of each other. You can have gigantic, beautiful structure here. The second one, what's the name of it? Huh? Cube, yes, but the other one, how many sides do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 in Greek. In Greek. Hexa, very good. So it's an hexahedron. And it's good for stability. That's why the little kids, they love the cubes, because they love this connection. Actually, the element is Earth. This is some structure from the architect Arata Isozaki, and it's very based on the hexahedron. The other one, what's the name of this one? How many faces? 4 above, 4 below. 4 and 4, 8. 8 in Greek. Octa, yeah, octahedron. It's beautiful, it's a mind. I love this shape. It's air, it's vision, creation and co-creation. So when you divide the octahedron into 2, yes, you have the famous pyramids of Egypt, because the base is a square. But actually, when you do this, it has to be a pyramid above and below. That's why below of each pyramid, there is another structure, and it's a octahedron. This one, how many faces? Can you count them? How many can you see here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 plus 6, 12. Yeah, very good. 12 in Greek, dodecahedron, or dodecahedron. This is a very special structure. I would recommend to have dodecahedron in each learning center, from kinder and pre-kindergarten to university and halls and centers. This one is in Qatar, Doha. You can have small ones, big ones, but you can go inside or climb outside. Beautiful structure. And this one, how many faces? Can you count them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's 20. Icosahedron. And mind you, some kids, I saw some kids at 5 years old. They had the model of an icosahedron, and then they did a structure with, with newspaper. They would make, with the help of the, I don't like to say teacher, let's say to the person who accompanies them or grow and learn together with them. They have some newspaper, you make some sticks. You roll the paper, tight, you make some sticks, and then you have some tapes, just regular tapes like this, or what's the name of this tape? Like for painting tape. And they will put together and they could make the structure by themselves. It's amazing. This is a hole, actually, this is quarter as well. And this is what they can do. So they can make the shapes with sticks. This is done, the first picture is done with toothpick and with gums. Yeah, you can eat after that. I know it's not very hygienic, but they love it. So they make all this structure like that, and it's very fast for young kids, for instance. Or you can do with sticks or with straw, or it can be natural straw as well if you don't like plastic. You can have them in form of beautiful stones and like them in the learning environment at home as well, or in the patio in a big structure. And below, that's for babies. They can have all their structure in a pillow. It's sewed and it's very soft and nice. Or you can make a mobile with all the 5 structure and put them everywhere, especially above this crib. The babies, they love to see this structure because it reminds them their source. You can do them in paper. This is you cut and you fold and glue. It can be small, big, according to the age of the student. It's fun. Or you can do the big ones. This is done with straws and fishing line. Oh, this takes for hours, days, because then you can go bigger and bigger. It's called omni polyhedron or mother star, and they love it. I know some kids from 11 years old up, and they will spend hours. And they say, can I go on and let them home and I want to finish? And can I go early tomorrow? I want to finish my structure. This we saw that at the previous videos, but you can have the structures outside in the patio, inside you, mixed with nature, yes, and with fun stuff like climbing. Below you can see the dodecahedron, and you can climb them. You see those little yellow and blue and red stuff? It is climbing to grip, to climb. And you can have all these beautiful structures. The first dome, it's up there. It's a simple icosahedron. You just keep the bottom part, and you can have the simple domes, and all kids can make that. Actually, it's very easy. And then you have numbers: V1, V2, V3. 4, 5, 6, 8 is a number of levels. And of course, more levels and more you go with the frequency, the more round will be the structure, or rounder. So this is beautiful structure we can use inside the school, the universities, kinder, and the kids, they love it. They love to go inside, and they feel so good. It's like a uterus. I mean, the meaning of the domes is to have, it's very cozy, very emotionally, it helps you. This is all the function and the colors and the keywords. Tetrahedron would be love and connection. Hexahedron would be will and balance. Octahedron, wisdom and purpose of life. Dodecahedron would be planetary consciousness and connection with planet Earth. And icosahedron would be cosmic consciousness and expansion of consciousness. So, and the sphere would be all of them. So you can use them according to what you want to do and study, and mix with geometry, mathematics, physics, philosophy, and inner development. Those, I love those. And it's very easy to do, mind you. It's called Archimedean solids. It's like a platonic solid. It won't be so before, but it's cut. Like you cut the points. But for instance, if you cut the points of a tetrahedron, you have a tetrahedron truncate or cut, and you have other shapes, and all the segments are of the same length, and you can do it with some straw and fishing line, and it's very easy. If you have just the model, even in 2D. It will go by itself and you cross out the structure. Then you have 13 of them. And it's a very good exercise for concentration and self-development. This is the queen of the structure, the most beautiful geometric, universal geometric pattern, and it's called flower of life. So you can either color them or you can do it. You will have a good compass, and it's very easy to do. You can do a big mural with that. And let the children play with a circle, and they make their own structure as well. And it's called flower of life, and then you can study in a philosophy class the meaning and the history of that, the remote history of that. And if it is flat 2D or 3D, you can see this structure in India, in China as well, and Turkey. Fruits of life, it starts from the flower of life, and then you have this structure, and from this structure you have Metatron cube. This is very nice to do. Metatron cube is like you take the center of the fruit of life of each circle, and you put them together. From each point you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 straight lines, and out of that you can see again the 5 platonic solid inside. It's cool, a very cool exercise, and they love to do that too. Or you can do a fractal, and then you go inside of each circle, you go with other circle, it can be infinite as well. This is beautiful. Or just paint it. They love it. The concentration of the kids and students is amazing. And they will ask for more and more and more. And then you can mix with digital art and do videos and do fun combination. This is our 5 platonic solid inside the fruit of life. You can find them. You find always a pattern. They are universal pattern. You find them everywhere, actually. This is the seed of life, which is the central part of the flower of life. And it's a circle. You have the seed of life, and then you have the flower of life, and then you have the fruit of life, and then again, it will go back to the seed in eternal cycles. The tree of life is inside the flower of life, and there is a lot to decode here. And it's a 3D structure if you want to decode it completely. And you have the Merkaba, which are 2 tetrahedron. It's very easy to do. You do 2 tetrahedron. It can be with tubes or newspaper that you roll up, like I said at the beginning, and you put 2, and it can be big, and you can go inside and decode what it is for and ask the student to do their research. My favorite, remember P3000 behind me? Where is it? Here. Can you see it's here? No, the other way around. Can you see the symbol? Our logo is 3 O's for P3000. Right now I'm thinking about P4000 with 4 O's. And each time the holes, the circle goes inside of each other, they would intersect. It forms this beautiful shape like a fish, and it's called Vesica pieces. And Vesica pieces, a lot of meanings. It means transfer of knowledge and of all symbols and codes of the universe. The other one is spiral. We saw that at the last video, and it's a sequence. Well, it's many things. It's a sequence. It's a beautiful sequence. It's a sequence of this universe. It's called Fibonacci sequence. 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13. I mean, one number will add with the previous number and gets the next one, and it's infinite. You have the proportion, 1 by 1.6, which is a golden proportion, and you have this beautiful number, which is a phi number. Here we can see the sequence. And then they say, some scholars, they say it's linked to the DNA and they have the same proportion here. Actually, this proportion should be in the whole universe. So there is no wonder you can find it in the DNA and the galaxies and everywhere. Here's the structure. From this sequence, called the Fibonacci sequence, you get this incredible number, which is called phi. And this is beautiful to study with the kids as well as students, because it's a breathing number and it's finite. And it's phi. You just take the Fibonacci sequence and you divide with the previous number. The first three doesn't work that well, but after that you have 5 divided by 3 and you have 1,666, and then 8 divided by 5, 1.6, and you go on and on and on. And the further you go, the more precise will be the number, and it will go a little bit bigger, smaller, bigger. It will breathe and do a wave going to the infinite. I think it's the most beautiful number is phi, actually. It's a blast. When you work with that, you won't imagine it's so precise, it's so beautiful. It's like the essence of philosophy. I mean, numbers are incredible. Well, and as I told you, the DNA has a direct mathematical relation with the phi number and the Fibonacci spiral. From the very small, from the molecules of the DNA, all the way to the universe, to your ears, to any shapes, the flowers, the fern, the shells, it's all related. We are one. I mean, that's a pattern that will embed or be behind everything and glue everything together along with love. Nature Batman is a movie. We will insert this movie, hopefully. It's beautiful. It's short, 2 minutes. And in education, what can we do? It's a vast subject. We have a lot of benefits. You see, they can construct, they can do in 3D, which is always better than 2Ds. They can do small, big structures, study the meanings. Why do we lack to have universal geometry in education? As I told you, it will really synchronize and wake up both hemispheres, the right and the left brain of the hemisphere together. Then it will definitely connect to telluric cosmic force and other source of energy and knowledge. It's called decodification of meta-languages or metadatas. It definitely decreases attention deficit. It's amazing. It promotes mental visualization because you can see as a screen and you can have a more spatial from space intelligence, and it will facilitate the frontal lobe activation. It will help you to understand the universal laws because its shape is a law as well. It teaches mathematical principle, it increases creativity, it develops visual-spatial intelligence, and the geometric principle, of course. Some said it will activate the pineal gland. Remember, it will enter by the eyes and the frontal lobe and go straight to the pineal gland, which is consciousness. It makes it easy to read the alpha and theta waves, and by flashes you can get to gamma waves as well. It opens the psychic, intuitive, and spiritual field, and empathy as well. You can apply to both this geometry to both education and health. It expands awareness, connect to the heart, which is the complex Siamese heart, and the neck, which is like the access to your own library or recording things, soul, and higher self. So for us as an adult, for the kids, for the young people, for little ones, please use universal geometry. It's so beautiful. Actually, my teacher, Oscar Sanmache, used to say, before the young people, they go to the university, they should have 1 year of universal geometry. I don't know if 1 year, but at least a trimester of universal geometry, because it helps you for medicine, for architecture, for design, for pedagogy, for everything. And it's a beautiful subject to rediscover. And I really hope you enjoy it and do it little by little. Get some information and we do it. Next video, let me see, I will tell you. Next video, oh, it's a new subject, it's called NeuroFlash 3000. Did you know we can learn so fast with our right brain? Let's see that on the next video. Take care, see you soon.